All right. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, unicorns, amoebas, trans, everyone, welcome to I Am Your Podcast host, Charlie Brixton. And with me, like oranges, is the toothpaste mixed with some vodka. You forget all with my homegirl, comedian Katie Bogard. And welcome to Getting to the... Wait,
I never know. Are we supposed to say that together or?
I never even thought about that. I mean, it could be together. It could be separate. I mean, there are no rules. There are no rules here, Katie.
I know, but I think it's important for people to know that I love rules. Okay, and I feel like this is a big difference between you and I.
All day. Totally different.
Yeah. Like you love rules so you can break the rules.
All day.
You can go over them.
Yes. I want to know them all so I can figure out how to play everything. I love that.
Where I love the rules because, I don't know, it's just like my Midwestern Puritan self. I want to know the rules because if I follow the rules, then people will like me. And then if I don't follow the rules, they're going to shun me.
Ew. That sounds like my childhood. I grew up in a cult. Do you want to switch?
Oh my gosh, my dream.
Oh my God. Okay. If you guys see Katie in a cult somewhere like 5 years later, like
just know I'm happy.
All day. Speaking of happy, this is a very, very special moment. We have a guest with us.
Yes.
So the title of the show is Our Guy's Guy. So we actually have a male with us. Our guy's guy.
A straight male.
A straight male. I know. A straight male. I mean, okay, we love our gay men too. But this episode, of course, this podcast is about inclusion. So guys, we'll have our straight women, we have our gay men, we have our straight men, but this is a show for everyone. And I think that
we just have good people.
All day. I love that. Good people. And I feel like we never really talk about it. Like the guy's guy, like, why in the world would you lose 50 pounds? So I have someone who's a friend of mine who I've known for years, for about 18, 20 years, Alex. Whoa. Okay, wait, Kitty, we have to say Alex 5 times. You ready? Alex. So
let me see. I can do Kate and Charlie Brixton.
Yes.
Did I get it right?
Yes, you got it right. You got it right. Now remember our names 10 minutes later. All right. So, men. Okay, no, this is not going to be a bashing episode. But what was really cool is that I knew Alex 20 years ago, and he was much heavier to the point where I met him years later, and it took me 2 weeks to even recognize him. He's like, "No, Charlie, you know me." And he had to literally mention things. I was like, "Oh, okay, now I know you."
Drunk in a club.
That happens too. Guys, I swear I don't have a problem. So Alex, this is your floor, right? I want you to tell us a little bit about your transformation and what happened, because for those, if he let me post a picture, you're going to be like, God damn. I mean, you were always cute in my opinion.
Can we post a picture?
Can we post a
on the
picture
Instagram get into
No.
the number 2?
The number
I need
2.
some traffic in exchange for posting. No, I'm joking. Go ahead, ladies. Go ahead.
All right. So, Alex, what started? You were thin originally, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened?
I was thin, and then I lost weight. Boom, story ends. No,
Stop
I'm
being a
joking.
straight man. Jesus, go ahead.
No, so basically I was thin, and then I met some girl. We got really cool. And I guess, us being so young and silly, and sometimes like, you're racing with emotions and all that other stuff. You want to keep things close. You think you're in love until you had the 6th girlfriend, and you're like, yeah, why am I even dating anymore? But then, she just kept feeding me and feeding me and feeding me and feeding me. And we would go out and just, it was just craziness,
Wait,
Now,
she was feeding her?
How old were you? Are you
So
teenage or
basically,
20s?
I started out we started out dating, I would say like 22. I was 23, she was 22.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, it was a good relationship. It was cool. Like, we were friends, and then we would like teeter into girlfriend territory. It was a good situationship.
Mm-hmm.
It really didn't cross over to
situationship.
yeah, situationship. They kept trying to cross over, then it would get beaten down by some crazy barrier. So she had tons of barriers. She didn't like dancing. She didn't like, when we go out, she just wanted to be a statue.
And she just wanted to statue. She wanted to eat, apparently, and feed you.
Feed me to the point where it was just craziness. So
Now,
it was just.
Now, I love the whole idea, because we talked about feeders before, right?
I had to learn what it was.
Yes. And you were like, my father's a feeder. I felt bad for you after that. So when we talk about feeder, we, because this sometimes happens to women, like bigger women, right? You meet a guy and you think like,
he's into you, whatever. And he probably is, but he takes you out and all he wants to do is feed you. And before you know it, you're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I would love to think it's because they love you and they want you to eat, but sometimes they don't want anyone else to want you. Or I don't know, it gets strange.
Well, I think I think there is two different things to that. I mean, there are people, my father, he feeds because that's how he shows love. He's a receiver of gifts like you are. In the past episode,
yes,
we talked about 5 languages of love.
Yes.
Receiving
Learn how
gifts.
to love me.
Yeah. Sometimes you show love by giving. And I think there's some beauty and truth to it.
Yeah.
But this sounds like it's
She's
a little
I'm
messed
giving
up. Where
PG-13. I'm giving it PG-13. Let me stop.
I want
Bitch,
you.
I didn't
you
want to
ain't
throw.
going nowhere.
I didn't want to throw her under the bus, but let me just get.
You're
to
going
it.
to have
Okay.
all these pancakes.
Listen, it was crazy. I didn't really want to go, but I'm just going to go in.
Go
So
there.
let's just have fun. So basically, it was craziness. We would literally go out and she would see another woman that looks even teeter on, like look a little bit better than her.
Yeah.
She would look into my eyes like, well, is he looking? Is he checking her out? Is he trying to see where this girl's
Oh,
going?
cut you.
And then-
Yeah.
No, she would just say, and then she'll be really quiet. Everything okay? I know when she's quiet in the car, we're driving back from somewhere. And then I started knowing the places we went to started being nicer. And then they started going low and low. Like, why do you always want to go to IHOP? I'm just noticing stuff. And then we were chilling one day and she was making some whipped cream ice cream. And she told me, I
Yes.
feed you just to keep you around so you stay heavy so no one takes you from me.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's even
At least she was
crazier.
honest.
But
So sorry, guys.
But damn, like,
Oh man, this
That's
story is
scary.
a roller coaster.
yo,
We don't
okay,
even have enough time, drinks,
but-
coffee won't do it.
I know we're gonna have to get margaritas after this, but no. But how,
Tequila.
like yes, okay, no. But when someone tells you that, like, what was your reaction? You're like, because it makes me think of Misery, where she cuts off the guy's toes and she's like, you're not gonna go anywhere.
Yeah, I felt like that at times, but she didn't do anything like that. She got close.
Oh. So my thing is, so you're like this date, and then somehow you guys break up, and you move on to the second girlfriend,
Oh
which
Lord,
was even more like insane.
insane isn't the word. So we're not going to say any names.
No, because we are afraid of her. So
Yes,
wherever you
she
are, you
will
don't know. This is Alex.
She knows who I'm about to talk about. But as long as we don't put any names,
All right, no names. And we can talk around it because we
Even
want to
the
respect
engineer,
space.
we're gonna you got to watch out for you too.
Can I
Can't give
ask
any
a
names.
question too
Go
before
for
we
it.
go on? Because I'm a visual person. So when you started dating the first one, the feeder, like what size were you?
We were both up. I would say like she had to be maybe a 7 to 8, maybe around the waist. She had a cool shape. Nothing too crazy.
But what about you?
Yeah.
Me, I was thin. I was paper thin. I probably was like 180.
Yeah, but when
Okay.
you started to gain the weight, how big is were you?
And then
getting to?
by the
how
end,
big, how
Yeah.
big was I? Ooh, I'd say like 270
I remember.
so
yeah,
from
you were close
180 to
300 pounds.
270 with that one relationship?
in
how-
one relationship.
And how long did you guys stay together?
A year. She did it.
So
to
you
me.
gained like almost 100 pounds
Yeah,
in a
she's-
year.
Turkey
I'm starting the
beans.
bus. You hear the gas?
I mean,
Like,
You want greens and turkeys and
She
beans and
obviously
then-
had some insecurities and was honest with it. But how insecure were you
Katie-
to gain 100
Katie
pounds in
wants
one
all the
year and not
matches.
notice?
Katie has all the
Katie,
matches in her hand.
Wait. No, but she wants all the action. No, this is deep though. Katie says, how insecure were you to take all this shit?
No, I
That's
didn't
deep.
notice. No, you don't notice it when you're chilling. You got a girl. You're all right. You
just
got
happy.
a woman around. You're chilling. You know what I'm saying? I'm worried about like schoolwork and stuff like that. I wasn't worried about any of that.
Oh, so you're just loving and getting fat. and
Love,
eating.
you stretching that. Ooh, that's a no.
Oh,
No,
come
it wasn't
on.
love.
You weren't in love?
No,
Okay, that's okay. I respect that.
no tears.
No. Okay, so let's talk
Cry
about
me a
now. Okay,
river.
so now you're 270 pounds, right? And this is kind of when I kind of know you. And now you go into your second relationship. And so I understand you tell me that it was hectic, right? Like it was stressed out.
I don't even know what
you-
street to drive down with this one.
I got you. You got with another person who was insecure and jealous, but she was a little bit more violent, a little bit more out there with
Violent. Let's not say violent. We're not throwing
look at
any
his
more.
eyes.
Yo, listen.
He's afraid.
I'm looking
I
at
feel
the
sorry.
ceiling because I'm like, no, I ain't gonna go
All right,
there.
all right, but I love this. So I basically was Alex. When did you lose the weight? And you tell me, it's so funny. You were like, "Oh, that's easy. I was just getting away from her." And I was like, "Huh? What do you mean by that? Can you please tell us how did you lose the weight?" This is the most simplest answer ever.
Well, I had a girlfriend, hopped on a treadmill, ran and ran because I didn't want to go home to her. And I lost most of the weight. End of story. Look at Kate. She wants the matches. I know she's gonna find her matches to throw on the fire. So I'm just waiting.
Well, no, I mean, my first thought is, I love that you lost weight and you got that motivation from like wanting to go to the treadmill.
She's probably like,
But why
no.
aren't you strong enough to just leave the relationship period?
Oh no. This was a
deeper.
fight. This was a fight.
Okay, that's what I need to know.
This is just me running on the treadmill. You want the story in between the treadmill?
Well,
and the
yeah,
losing
I
weight?
mean,
Oh,
because
okay.
from my perspective,
Yeah.
it's, you must be really weak. You were allowed to gain 100 pounds and then
Ooh.
leave. And I can tell just by meeting
Come on,
you,
this
you
is
are
real.
not a weak man. So,
What were you going through? But that's
Yeah.
good, right? I mean,
All
this
right.
is.
So say
love
like
it.
I met her, I went down to probably like 270, 265.
Mhm.
So I'm feeling all right. I started working out, but my face and everything was still fat. But she was cool with it, and we got together. But I didn't know how all her insecurities. Like, there's a lot of insecurities people have upon meeting them that they can stuff away, hide away.
Yeah.
And I didn't know all of them. It was craziness upon that. Like, just entering the relationship, like it was just like, it was a roller coaster.
Well,
I'm just thinking about it. I need a second to put all it was a crazy roller coaster. Talk to me, ladies. Talk to me.
well, I just want, what kind of roller coaster? What was the ride? I need specifics.
right. This is where we work.
Superman.
No, but I think that you said something to me where, and as a woman, I can relate, right? Where at the time I was insecure, where I was jealous, like, who are you with? What are you doing? Where are you going with? Because at the time I didn't know how to communicate what I needed. Maybe I need you to tell me I'm pretty. Maybe I need you to do certain things. And maybe.
How many times do you have to do that to secure the deal? Is this I understand it's an everyday thing,
Mhm.
but how hard, what's the limitations on this?
There are no limitations. I think it just needs to, like.
No, I'm telling you because I think I went over the top to let this
You think
woman
you
know.
did?
Yeah, and this
Aw.
still wasn't enough.
All right. Then she was.
Well,
just-
then she probably needed to be told a different way,
How?
Oh.
because the
Language,
yeah.
guys. Last episodes on language. Alex, you could have probably did well with this one. You probably have to know your language of love.
Oh,
first.
ladies, women's coming to other women's aid. Okay, it's cool.
No, we're not coming to other women's
Beat me
aid, but we
down,
just
beat
want
me
to.
down.
No, we're not.
No,
You guys are beating me
We
down.
love you. We're not beating you down.
no, but I mean, isn't that the?
Or do you want us to beat you? I'm sorry. I can flip this so fast. All right, let's go back.
And I'm just sitting here going, ooh.
Get it to the pussy. Okay.
Katie's playing on, she's still reaching for those matches.
No, okay, but okay. So let's bring it back to your weight loss.
Okay, let's just be real. Okay,
Yeah.
here we go again. Now let me just
Go
all
for
the
it.
all the gloves off. We're just going
Let's go.
hand to
Let's
hand
go.
combat.
Let's go.
So basically, this girl was very insecure with a lot of things, like all us young people are.
Yeah.
But it was the point of something within family. So I didn't know, upon talking to you, when your young people tell you stuff, you don't know how to decode as of this may be a problem later.
Yeah.
So I was just not thinking of it and everything else. And I started noticing this woman is can get a little off the tangent a little bit when you push certain buttons or something like that. And I was going to school in New York at the time. And this was after I broke up, with the last girlfriend. Let's call 1A and this is 2B. Okay.
Okay.
Can we just call him feeder and then treadmill?
Okay.
I love that feeder and treadmill. I
Feeder
love
and
that.
treadmill sounds
Do
great.
it. I love that.
Okay, so I left the feeder alone, and now I'm with treadmill woman.
Okay.
So basically, me and her really we were falling out, and we were like, "Yo, listen, this is my apartment. I'll help. You can stay here for a little while longer, but then it's over. Let's just break this thing off."
Yeah.
Not knowing this woman made a second and third copy of the keys.
Oh damn.
Yeah. So she moved out and moved back in a few times.
That's stress. I can
Yeah,
see why
that's-
you wouldn't want to.
Yeah. She moved out one time and then she moved in with the eater.
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh yeah, no. This is so the treadmill ended up moving in with the first girlfriend, the feeder. Jesus. And
So-
you were in the gym working out the whole
Yeah, I was in
entire
the whole
time.
this story can go so many
No,
ways.
yeah,
We don't
I-
have
I
enough
get it.
time.
No, I get it. I
We're
get it.
I'm just giving you a PG-13 version of it.
Yeah. But okay, but
How did that happen? Did the feeder know
Katie,
the treadmill?
Slow down.
Did the feeder know the treadmill before you guys got together, or did you stay friends with the
Good
feeder
question.
and then the treadmill?
good question.
So the feeder would send me text messages like just to say on holidays and stuff like that, or like.
Oh.
So she somehow got my phone because I leave it open. There's little razor phones, So I leave it open, and she got the girl's number somehow and started texting with her and saying, "Are you guys still, messing around or anything like that?"
Jesus, okay.
And the other girl, she's real cool. She's airy sometimes, so she's easy to like come at, and there's no violence and nothing like that.
No.
She's easygoing.
She just wants a good meal. I get it.
Yeah, she's like, So, and then they started talking and getting really close. But I didn't know anything about it. So one time me and her had it out. I said, listen, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
You got to go. So she moved out, and lo and behold, she was literally 3 blocks over.
Yeah.
Still in.
And for you to tell a woman like, get the fuck out, that's not your personality
No,
at all.
not
You're
at
like
all.
the sweetest guy I know.
Kate, have you ever
Sometimes.
had any crazy relationships or any wild run-ins or anything like that you care to share? Because you're pretty quiet over there.
Look at him.
Sipping
He's
a coffee.
deflecting. He's like deflecting. He's like,
No, I'm not deflecting.
I
We're going to
used
get
to
back
work
to
there.
This
it.
is about
Judging
you,
you.
sir.
No, I mean, of course.
She's judging you. I live for it. Go
No,
ahead.
no, I'm not at all. I'm not at all. Because I mean, of course, and especially like when I
You don't
think
know how
about
crazy. I'm giving you
early 20-year-old Katie was super crazy. I know I have boyfriends who are
Bars.
like, oh,
Yeah.
that one. Because it's based off of insecurity.
It
It's
is.
based
It
off
is.
of
You don't know
not
yourself.
knowing
Yeah.
who you are, and also not to defend the female race. And I always am curious if men have it too. But I mean, we have an injustice in the fact that like our hormones do change so much,
Yeah.
and there are certain times around the month where like one day this would be perfectly fine. You'd be happy.
And
You'd
the
be skipping
next
along.
day, I'll
and
take your head off.
Yeah, for the exact
It's like
same
I will
thing.
hug you and I'll take your head off. I get it.
And you have to learn to deal with it.
Yeah. So, and I think, Alex, what's interesting with you, and I think it's amazing because I do think you're an amazing person. You told me, you gave me a gym. You were like, because I was like, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to work out. And you were like, don't do anything until you find the joy in it. Don't work out yet. You got to find the reason why, And I remember listening to you, and it took me 3 weeks to go to the gym. But when I finally went, I found the joy in it, and I lost control. Can you talk about yourself when you work out or when you're in it? How do you find your joy? Because I think it's the most amazing thing that you gave me.
I'm going to start even further back. I'm going to give you about the journey of losing weight.
Okay.
And basically I talk about like losing weight in the physical and the mental, meaning like some people, the mental is I think like 90%, the workout is like 10. You know what I'm saying?
The mental is 90%. The workout is 10. That's deep.
Yeah.
Go
So
for it.
basically like when you working out, like, that's just you going to the gym. What are you going for? You going for yourself? You going to prove people wrong? Or you're just going just to, kill time because you're single and you're bored. You have nothing else to do but run on the treadmill like I did. Something, I don't know.
Yeah.
Not trying to tie any knots or show any linkages.
I
But
hear you.
yeah, but
I love how you said from the mental to the physical, because you do have to change your mind, right? You say something with the mental, and like, for example, I know friends who just recently got gastric bypass, and they all gained it back, or they're all gaining it back, and they're frustrated. Because it's like, yeah, you changed the body, but you did not change the mind. And you can change your body all you want, but if you don't change your mind, you will always run into the same problem. So I love how you mentioned that.
Yes.
Right? Like,
because it is about the mind.
Yeah.
More than anything else, with everything, with any transformation you can take.
yeah.
so basically it's like a full journey, like I was saying. It's you have to be ready to like really like get in your head and say like, listen, I got to find the joy in this, because if you can't find any type of joy going to the gym, it's going to be worthless. Like 2 months later, after the New Year's ball drop, everybody wants to go to the gym, and then wait till maybe like it's close to summertime, then they start going back to the gym, and then that's it, poof, done. But if you find the joy in it, like we were talking about, it's
I love
easy
it.
to charge your battery back up. You can
It
find
is.
anything, go to different dimensions in your mind and just say, hey, listen, this is what I'm going to do. And the workout, it's like effortless.
Yeah.
You're just going and going and going. Look, you're addicted. You keep smiling.
I am. I am cute. Like I'm a huge smile. I am addicted to it. I am.
So, okay,
I like
let me ask
listening
you
to
something.
my-
What are you addicted to? What makes you, what are like your addictions?
What
your
is
guilty
your
pleasures
joy?
or
How do you
addictions?
find your joy?
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking, actually, what's funny is I love using, because a lot of people, when they talk about losing weight and stuff, they actually say like, what's your priority? You have to prioritize it. You have to prioritize it, which is true. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm really trying to like do a smoothie a day and I haven't prioritized it, but now I want to change that word to joy. I want to find the joy
This is gonna
in
taste
it,
good.
you know?
I want to mix this. I want to, I want to have a good thing in my mouth in the morning time. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, good thing. Well, okay.
So this is all going back to the story because I know I left it over there. Get the fuck out. And then I went to something else. It's like,
No,
whoa,
it's okay. Go everywhere, honey.
Listen,
There were no
so
rules for this.
basically,
no restrictions. Mhm.
what I was doing, like how I'm gonna tie everything together, is basically losing weight, going through that difficult time with a woman, you know what I'm saying, and being immature about it, like, you know, just, oh, get the fuck out. And sometimes she telling me get the fuck out. And even though it's my apartment, I would leave, you know what I'm saying, for a week or so. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it'd be back and forth. I'd be like, you know, I'm going somewhere for a week. You can have the place, you know what I'm saying? It was so difficult. So I just stayed at the gym, and that was the wrong way because I didn't lose I barely lost any weight.
Yeah.
I'm just, you know what I'm saying, shooting the breeze with my friend, cracking jokes at night, like thinking like, I have to go home to this. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
This damn, it was a circus show. It was craziness. like, oh my God. We had to talk about, if you ever have an episode about relationships and drama, I need to be on it. I need to be on it. Guys, this is a continuation. Just know, this is just the PG-13. When you get the real story, it's going to be crazy.
So let me ask you, where are you now? Because right now you're fit. Like, I know you've been working on some mass. You look good. You look healthy. So things have to be right in your life right now, correct? Like,
yeah, you just got to mentally tough and, you know, just,
okay.
I say like, you know, like it's kind of corny, but you got to do your YouTube fearless videos, your motivational videos. Do them probably like 30 days in a row. Just like the first day is going to be corny. You'll be like, this sounds like what everybody else is telling you.
Okay.
You know how easy it is for somebody to tell you, oh, lose it, do this, but they're not really walking with you or
They're not
talking
walking
with you.
Yeah.
Or they're not doing any encouragement or giving you like good feedback. They're just yes men or no, or they just not around. You know, so a lot of people get that, which like I call them commercial people. They just tell you stuff like, you know, it's just like a commercial. You can lose weight if you do da. And really just
it's like,
doesn't,
dude, don't
no.
give me that. Like, I'm a
Give me
human
something
being.
else. Give me something I can feel. Something.
Give me a
It may be
tool,
intangible,
yeah.
but still give me something. You know, like I can just go back and you know I can generate some type of, you know.
I get it. Anything else before we close out?
No, I really enjoyed that last part because it's so true. And
Yeah.
I love that he's even giving advice for just this podcast and continued growth of you. Now we have it recorded, which is awesome. But yeah, I really just find your joy.
Yeah.
And find the people who give you joy
Yes.
and get rid of the rest. You don't need to listen to the people who aren't helping you grow.
Yes, and if you can't find joy, you can always go run away from them and you can go in the treadmill and you'll still lose weight regardless. Well, anyway, we love you guys. Alex, I'm so proud of you. Men, females, amoebas, we love you guys. Love yourself. And guess what? You've got to the pussy. Ow. 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 Hey, Alex, you feel like running? He's like, no, bitch.